Oh, welcome to part 2 of this lesson on Jimi Hendrix. Here my trainer Comin. In this part we're going to cover the chord riff, that's the introduction to the verse, and then we'll do the verse and chorus pieces, so let's get started. Okay, so the chord riff that goes right before the verse goes... And what you're doing there is... I like to make this E chord, but you don't actually have to make the chord because you're just playing this low E, which is an E flat, right? And then you're upstroking on the open E and the open B, and you're sliding on the G string from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret, and then again the open E and open G. I mean open E and open B. And then back down here, and slow bend, really slow. So start off, and then half step. So. Then you play on that open B string, and then the open G, and then a trill on the D to the 2nd. And that, you know, it's hard to slow it down because you really want to get in the rhythm of it. And you're going to do that 4 times. And then he does this little descending thing where he's actually, it's kind of hard because you've got to really grab this high E string. You're going to bend it up and you're going to go. So that's basically the whole step. It's a tough bend, but you grab it and you go back to its original G note, or it's probably G flat, so because we're tuned down, but it's open B string, and then you bend that at the 3rd fret up, and you hit the actual note at the 3rd fret, and then open, and then so that's you're just going down to pentatonic scale. G string, 2nd fret, bend up and back, and then open. So and then you go into this thing that he uses all the time in this song. You're on the you're playing the A string at the 5th fret and the G string at the 4th fret, and then you move down and play the A string at the 4th fret and the G string at the 2nd fret. You're not playing the D string in between, you're muting that, so it's... And then you go up to the A string at the 7th fret and the G string at the 6th fret. So it's... so you start off with this note, and it's... You can see how I switch fingers here. Just play that twice, so you've just gone down and you're ready to go into the verse. And one other thing I almost forgot to mention is before he goes into the verse, after he's played he plays the E chord, just a bottom E note in the upstroke, and then plays a trill, and then he goes into the verse after that. So that trill is on the D string, to the 2nd fret. So, and he goes into the verse. All right, it's kind of hard to get the effect that he has on the record, studio record, unless you have a whammy bar, which you don't. But this is the idea of the verse. You're gonna, again, I make this E chord, but you're not really playing an E chord. You're just playing the low E or E flat, and then these 2 top strings with an upstroke, and E string 3rd fret. Give it a little pull, and then D string 2nd fret. So that's and then he plays again those 2 open strings, and then bend the B string at the 3rd fret. So you're bending up, bending back, and pulling off. Alright, and then you play something that goes like this. And you get that really weird sound. So he's bending, he's playing, bending the D string at the 5th fret, and he's kind of bending it a big way and a couple of times. So. And then you play the first one again. And then this part again. And this 4th time, you're going to bend the G string at the 2nd fret. And, so you bend up, down, and pull off. And end on the D string at the 2nd fret. So it's. And instead of just playing this note, you can play a chord, an E chord, if you chop it. So. And then there's a rest, and then you do like that. Then you go back to this figure that we played before. This time you only play it once, and then you slide up to the A string at the 7th fret and the G string at 7th fret, and mute the D string in between, so it sounds like. So that whole bit is and then he has this little D walk up, which is make a D chord, don't play the whole thing, just play. So you really only need this bit, but it's easier if you're in this position, so it's a little chromatic. So open D string against this G string at 2nd fret, and then D at the 3rd, and D at the 4th, and then so that's just the you're just coming down on the G string at the 4th fret, so it's. And then he has something that's, some people just play a G and an A chord here, just kind of Hendrix. But what he's actually doing is playing this figure, which is E string, 3rd fret twice, A string, 2nd fret, A string, 5th fret, and then up to E string, 5th fret, twice, A string, 4th, A string, 7th. So coming out of this thing, it's and at that point he just plays a figure. It's just an E chord, and he slides up to this little piece of an A chord. So it's just you know, make like an F chord. Take this ring finger off, go up to the 5th fret. You're going to slide up to that. It's an A chord, right? And you're going to and then down to the G chord, which is the 3rd fret, and then open. So, and sometimes you can actually, if you want to sneak in a D chord in there, it's a nice transition. So it's. And then he plays. So it's just, you know, E chord. Just E chord, E string 3rd fret and pull off. And then he goes into the next verse and the solo and whatever. And, you know, as I said at the beginning of this, each verse is kind of different. But it's all based on that structure that you just saw. You know, if you play, you could also be playing other things in the E pentatonic. I would imagine that every time he's played it live, he plays it different. So that's pretty much it. You know, it takes a little bit of doing, but you know, with some practice, you definitely get the hang of it. So hope that helps. Take care.